bipolar disorder, or schizophrenia. Tim's mom has schizophrenia. She has been institutionalized for the last 2 decades. You will hear about major mental illness on both the paternal and the maternal side of Tim's family. The seeds for Tim's brain weren't healthy.
His argument is completely irrelevant, though. The question is not whether or not Timothy Jones Jr. suffers from mental illness. A lot of people in the world suffer from mental illness and don't commit any crime. I have a very strong family history of mental illness, and I myself have been diagnosed with mental illness, something I take medication for. And if I murdered my children, my guilt would not be based on the fact that I have been diagnosed with a mental illness. Just like the Jones case, it would be based on whether or not I knew the difference between right or wrong while committing the crime. The defense attorney uses this tree analogy to try to prove that Jones simply has mental illness. That's not what needs to be proven. He needs to prove that Jones didn't know right from wrong at the time of the murder, something he clearly tries to show during the interrogation, but his actions say otherwise. The analogy itself is flawed. The prosecution's not looking at just one tree. They look at the seeds and see past anger against Natan. They look to the right and see Jones looking up non-extradition countries. They look to the left and see Jones writing down notes about how to dispose of a body. They look at the soil and see Jones telling his ex-wife that she will never get custody of their children. They sniff the air and smell the decomposition in his car as he flees the scene and dumps the bodies. The jury found him guilty on all counts, plus the special circumstance that would sentence him to the death penalty.
As to indictment 2015 GS 320188, 0189, 0190, 0191, 0195, the State versus Timothy Ray Jones Jr. We, the jury, unanimously agree on the existence of an aggravating circumstance. 2 or more persons were murdered by the defendant by act or pursuant to one scheme or course of conduct in the murder of a small child under the age of 11 or younger. And it is so signed by the foreperson. We, the jury, in the above entitled case, have found beyond a reasonable doubt the existence of the following statutory aggravating circumstances, to wit, 2 or more persons were murdered by the defendant by act or pursuant to one scheme or course of conduct, and the murder of 5 children 11 years of age or younger. Now recommend to the court that the defendant, Timothy R. Jones, Jr., be sentenced to death.
The judge set an execution date of November 30th, 2019, but the defense team was already set to file an appeal. The appeals process is what keeps most inmates on death row for multiple decades. Either way, he will never be released from prison. He will die there. I sent a letter to Timothy Jones Jr. just to ask him about his opinion on suicide and whether or not he thought he was deserving of going to heaven, even though he murdered his children. He responded, but said that his lawyer told him he's not allowed to speak to anybody about his case.
So, we've come to the end of this story. This isn't just a tale about Timothy Jones Jr., but a powerful reminder of the complexities of human nature. From this story, I believe we can all learn something valuable. Sometimes, pain and poor decisions can lead to devastating consequences. But accountability and truth are things we can never escape. Moreover, it raises an important question. How can we recognize and support those hiding their struggles before it's too late? What do you think about the way this story ended? Was it truly fair, or is there more to uncover? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Imagine yourself in the character's shoes. What would you have done differently? If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more stories like this. And click the bell icon so you don't miss the next one. Share this video with your friends if you think this story deserves more attention. Next time, we uncover a chilling story that left a town speechless. A seemingly perfect family. But secrets always find a way to come out. What really happened on that fateful night? Stay tuned to find out in the next episode. In the quiet town of Jackson Township, Ohio, no one could have predicted the darkness that would emerge from this small Chinese restaurant. Ashley Zhao, a joyful 5-year-old girl, went missing one cold January night. But the truth, it was closer than anyone expected. What happened to Ashley? And why did the people who were supposed to protect her become the ones who betrayed her the most? Stay tuned for our next episode as we uncover the chilling details of the Ming Ming Chen case.